Electricity! Just kidding. Electricity, Chapter 4. Let's get this started with, in conclusion, don't give physicists pets. Now, electricity, there are lots of types of electricity, at least as we used to thought about it. Lots of people used to think that it came from a guy named Zeus. Now, people used to think that electricity only came from lightning, and that lightning was thrown by gods. Whether it was these thunderbolts, the lightning bolt shooting Zeus, or a very angry hammer-wielding Thor. Ooh! And even if this is kid-sized, it's still a magnificent weapon. Wow! This is awesome. So if you want to get ahead in physics, there's loads of things you're probably going to need to know. I'm gonna put the hammer away. Now, when electrons move, which are not in atoms, but between them, astonishing things can happen, very much. Now, here comes the electrifying monks! Yeah, here we go. So there's this guy named Jean-Antoine Moulin. I'm pretty sure he's French. And he goes ahead and he's doing his sermon and saying, well, if I sample 200 monks at the same time, will each of them say, ah, one at a time? Or will all of them say, ah, and it's a cacophony of sounds. Let's try it out. He tied all the monks' arms together in coils of wire. And then he went through an electric current. And to him, they all shouted, all those 200 voices shouted exactly at the same time. And they're like, ah! I mean, would you like being electrocuted? No, I didn't sing so. Well, let's see about me. Ah! Yeah, there you go. And so the nature of the current, basically, it goes ahead. It's basically electrons. And those electrons seems to go ahead and give off electricity. Just by going through a current, they can go ahead and do practically a lot of things. No hammer required at all. And you can even do an analogy of this with water, but then it will get complicated, so I'm not going to. And then Edison and this guy named Westinghouse, they're all like, yeah, mine's better. No, mine's better. What are they fighting about? Nowadays, it's called the current law. There's a literal whole movie about it. And Edison saw like, hey, DC power is the greatest. It's the greatest. It's the greatest. And Westinghouse is like, no, AC is stronger. And Edison's like, well, if I can't make it cheaper and more powerful than you, I'll just make sure that I can make it safer. I'll show people I can make it safer. And so he used AC to kill a lot of animals, including lots of cats, dogs, and animals. Sorry, Claude. I hope you don't barf while you're eating right now. And electricity is basically how things seems to go ahead. Now, one of those experiments is including a dog. And Edison charged up the water bowl of a dog to 1,500 volts. And he tried to make the dog go ahead near it. And the dog was like, no. In fact, its will was so strong that it once broke the lead, and started running away. Eventually, so it tried to jump over the water bowl, accidentally hit it, and one of its legs went straight into the water. And the dog died. It happened to everyone. And in short, electricity, good news for humanity, bad news for monks, which is part of humanity. Semiconductors. This is the part my dad works with because he creates LCD screens. Nice, Dad. Thank you. And so semiconductors are usually the greatest inventions of all. It's like worst versions of conductors, most people think. But no, usually the less likely versions of conductors are usually the ones you want. Because those, one, they don't melt. Two, they conduct electricity pretty easily, and they're really portable too. And third, combined with other semiconductors, you basically get a more powerful semiconductor with less danger. And that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Shut on out. Peace. I am Thor, god of thunder. Yacht!